All righty. So, welcome everyone. My name is Dawn Evans Casey, and I'm the leader of Collaborating Connections. And we meet on a weekly basis uh, on Zoom for professional networking. We have a base of members that are considered collaborators, and we are all under the umbrella of TTR Networking, which has been around for more than the past 14 years, originating here in central Indiana. Um, Before the pandemic, we used to meet in person on a weekly basis at a physical location. But since the pandemic, we've gone to this virtual Zoom meeting, which has allowed us to connect with wonderful professionals from coast to coast and around the world. As always, though, when our professionals have a business or a meeting or something professional going on, we encourage them to be there to represent, to take care of business. So we are actually have a more limited, a more intimate group this evening. But nonetheless, we are in the month of March, and our March theme is Masterminding. So even before the call started, we were kind of hashing some concerns or working out some problems and connections in the spirit of masterminding, and that's just what we do. That is what true networking is all about. So again, welcome to the call this evening. Jennifer Johnson, our executive director of TTR Networking, was with us briefly but had to roll off. And with that, I usually invite Jennifer to introduce some of the happenings that are going on within the entire TTR networking realm. I do happen to have an email from Jennifer earlier this week that I'll share. First comment is mark your calendars. TTR networking members website training or retraining is scheduled for Thursday, April 4th at 4:30 p.m. on Zoom. A Zoom invite will be sent out to all of the TTR networking members. And we want you to get the most out of the website that was kicked off last fall. So Ryan Henry with Inspire Small Biz will be training and answering any questions that you may have about the website. And the website has been a big investment of time and money. So we don't want anybody to miss the training. We don't want anybody to be intimidated or hesitant to utilize the website. It is an excellent resource with lots of information, which includes member bios, blogs, contact information, resources to be able to share referrals within the site, partnering, organization information, and events. So with all of that wonderful stuff that's going on within the website, we certainly want everybody to be in tune and feel comfortable maneuvering through it. So if you are interested in learning more, make sure that you're at that training on April 4th. Also, let's see, there is a March TTR Presents that is planned for Wednesday, March 20th at 7 p.m. on Zoom. So the March TTR Presents is entitled 5 Reasons You Need to Professionally Clean Your Solar Panels. And it is featuring our own TTR community partner, Philip Johnson, and founders Adam and Anastasia Johnson of A&A Solar Wash out of Greeley, Colorado. So please make note of the new date, which is March 20th, 2024, and register on Eventbrite to attend. So if you yourself, if your home has solar panels, or if your neighbors or family or friends have solar panels, it's good information to be able to understand and share. Our homes are generally our biggest investment for families, and we want to take good care. So that March TTR Presents is out there, as I mentioned, on Eventbrite. And let's see, our monthly open networking at the Haverstick for the next 2 months are Friday, March 22nd at 8:30 a.m. And that is on Eventbrite, as well as Friday, April 26th at the Haverstick.
Stay right here.
8:30 a.m. So those are in-person networking opportunities. It doesn't matter what TTR networking group you belong to. And in fact, you don't have to belong to a TTR networking group at all in order to attend. So it's just an opportunity for wonderful, like-minded professionals to get together, present themselves, and talk about their business, their organization, get to know each other better and share some referrals. And lastly, I have on the list is that the next Fun Fridays networking event is scheduled for Friday, May 31st, also at the Haverstick at 8:30 a.m. So the registration link and more information is not yet set up on Eventbrite, but it will be out there soon. Jennifer just wants to make sure that everybody marks their calendars. We had a great time at the end of February at the first inaugural Fun Fridays by TTR Networking, and we hope to see more wonderful professionals at the next one. I'm sure it's going to have a kickoff kind of summery fun theme. And I do know on behalf of TTR Cares, which is our the arm of our support for nonprofits and community organizations, I believe that our featured nonprofit is going to be Girls Inc. for May of 2024. So we look forward to seeing everyone there. Of course, if you need additional information on the happenings that are going on within TTR Networking, feel free to follow us on the TTR Networking website or the TTR Networking Facebook page or LinkedIn pages. Excuse me. I don't want to miss the opportunity to be able to open the floor for discussion about any celebrations or wins for the past week. Does anybody have any celebrations or wins that they would like to share?
I had a person that I've known for a long time. In fact, I met him in my previous life when I was with American Finance Corporation, and I'm just keeping my fingers crossed I don't jinx this, but he reached out to me about 3 or 4 days ago that he's ready to buy a place in Florida on Sanibel, right around 1 million to 1.5 million.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen him for years, haven't talked to him for years. He just reached out to me because he knows I'm licensed in Florida. I said, sure, I'll find it for you. So I sent him a list of questions last night, and I said, we'll take our time, whenever your timeline is, I'm here. So I was tickled about that. I was very happy about that.
Wonderful.
So, yeah.
There's a lot to be said about not only cultivating, but sustaining great relationships. So
yes,
that sounds like this was a sustainable, remembering, keeping you top of mind as the realtor, and being able to assist this particular client. So congratulations.
Yeah, he knows me as a professional because I was a senior manager and with the finance people. He was a finance manager at Penske Honda when I met him. And he has since went on, and he's a sales manager now for another dealership. And he's been there for quite some time. So he's been saving some money. And but he knows me as a professional. So that's why I was actually very happy to have him reach out, because that's kind of how he knows me, and he knows I'll take good care of him. So
Absolutely.
mhm.
We were also talking before we started the recording, and you mentioned that you've got a mentee, your
My nephew,
nephew. Okay.
nephew-in-law. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so you are guiding him, teaching him the ropes, showing him from your experience and knowledge base,
Mhm.
not only the ins and outs of the business, but how to take care of customers.
Yeah. Yes, and it's hard because he's a real go-getter, and he's
Mhm.
young. I've got to try to slow him down a little bit, because he just wants to go out and sell homes, or list homes, or sell homes, or with, and there's a lot more involved than that. And he was saying the other day, he said, well, I don't have my business card yet, and I don't have this yet. I said, have you gone through the onboarding process yet? Because you have to go step by step. I reached out to our managing broker about it, and she emailed him and copied me. Craig, you need to finish this onboarding, starting here, and go through the process before you get to that point. And he just wants to go, go, go. He just wants to sell. And I said, no, you can't just sell. There's too much involved. So,
Good, good.
yeah.
I know that you will lead him down the right path
Mhm.
and help him in a well-rounded way.
Yes,
Be
very much
very,
so.
very, very effective.
Mhm.
Wonderful. Robert, did you have a win or something to celebrate you were going to share?
Well, every day is a win, Don.
Mhm.
Good, good.
So every day is a win. Nothing crazy. I'm just super busy. So that's really what my issue is there, and I'm teaching classes and everything else. So my plate is constant full, and then as well as my board requirements as well. So it's busy. So no. But that's it. Busy, great to be
Okay.
busy. Great to have more than enough to do things, and great to be able to continue to impact folks in a dream of home ownership,
Mhm.
or getting on the path of home ownership.
Awesome.
So that's the true win.
And I guess I'll add on your behalf. You shared with us last week about a new branch opening that
Yeah,
will that is scheduled,
yeah.
and
Scheduled for Monday. That's what we opened the branch already. We have a opening right there, 5620 East 30th Street. That's where a bank haven't been in quite a long time. So that
Oh,
bank's there. So we're in an area where we are helping folks to have access to banking. So
wonderful.
those who are available Monday, come on through.
There you go. And we've posted that on the Collaborating Connections site, and I've shared that with TTR Networking. So I believe that Nicole is sharing that around on the TTR Networking sites as well. So
Right.
great. Congratulations again.
Right. So
All righty. Hey, Deanna.
Hey,
Uh-oh. You're muted. We were just recognizing any wins or celebrations and wanted to give you an opportunity to contribute if there's
okay.
anything that you want to share.
um,
Minute.
oh yeah, I don't have any, I can't think of anything right now. We handling some extraordinarily difficult things, so I don't
Oh,
know if I have a mind for the figuring out what the good things are. It probably would be really helpful if I did.
okay. Well, I tell you what, before Jennifer rolled off, she did mention we've got some other members, Pavithri, Kilgore, her husband have been having some health challenges in this past week, and we agreed that we were going to send them good vibes and prayers. So it sounds like you might also be able to benefit from that positivity and those prayers. So we'll extend that to you as well.
Thank you.
You are very welcome. I would just state on my behalf, my wins were still following up on the wonderful contacts made at the Fun Fridays, the end of February event. So I have had the opportunity to reach out to quite a few people. I'm still waiting to hear back from others and set up some one-on-one dates for discussion. But I think when I send out the follow-up from for this week's meeting notes, I'll also share some new contacts from that Fun Fridays. And if there is a name or an industry that appears that you're interested in being connected with, any of you feel free to reach out and connect with those individuals as well, because that's what we do is network and grow. Okay. So that covers our wins and our TTR networking news. And I want to go ahead and get into our roundtable introductions, reminding everybody that March is our masterminding focus topic. So if there are any particular concerns or needs that you would like us as a group to perhaps respond to, provide recommendations on, or any known resources around, please feel free and comfortable to make that ask. And at this time, I'm going to invite Robert Hailey. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yeah, Robert Hailey, Old National Bank, Community Development Mortgage Loan Officer here. Been in this business for over 25 years, so give you a wealth of knowledge and understanding of the business. I really focus a lot on first-time home buyers, but I do any loan type. But mostly I focus on first-time home buyers, really trying to narrow the gap between Black and brown folks becoming homeowners and give them opportunity to create some housing wealth for them and their family. I have a wonderful program here if you buy a home in Maryland, Indianapolis area, to help folks to become homeowners. That goes low down to a 600 credit score, manual underwrite, down payment assistance, no mortgage insurance, conventional loan, really to help you to be there. So I never say no, but maybe not yet, but we show you how to get there. Again, Robert Hailey, Old National Bank.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Robert.
Mm-hmm.
We have any questions or comments for Robert Hailey with Old National Bank this evening?
Do you have the ability to work with people who have questionable credit, but are trying hard to establish themselves and maybe find a home?
Yeah, I do customer credit. It's just that if you have any kind of collections, anything a collection over $300 or greater, that I have to resolve. But I do work with clients that don't have stellar. I go down to a 600 credit score. If you didn't have a credit score, I can still help you in that sense, as long as you have housing, residential, and some utility, what we call alternative credit that I can use. So we work in that sense. So again, my goal is to help you. If you're trying to be a homeowner, let me show you how.
I will give your information to a gentleman that I know is struggling to try to find a way to stabilize his family and get a home.
Mm-hmm. Mostly got to your work history and working, helping. Just that, it's just math. I tell people all the time that if you can't get anywhere if you owe everybody, because that's counting against you. That's going to limit what you can do. Some people, it's not just your credit score; it's also your debt and your monthly payments. That drives that either takes away from you getting a home or limited type of home you can qualify for. And that's what we try to get people to understand that much. I said, so, and then some people keep telling people how they build credit. I said, well, building credit is not getting credit and then charging it all up. Well, you just hurt yourself. It's how you manage the age of credit, how you manage credit on low to no credit balance at all. It's time to help you to grow your credit. So we try to help.
If you can put your number in the chat, I will share it with this gentleman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Robert, I was wondering, does mortgage lending at Old National Bank work with credit counselors or connecting those who are interested in becoming a home buyer but not quite ready, in giving them resources such as credit counseling to
Well,
prepare?
here's my take on credit counseling. So I'm never gonna advise you to do it. I don't really say yes, I won't say no, but here's what I tell people. If something you can do yourself, let me show you how. Save yourself some money. The money that you have can go towards your bill versus going toward trying to pay somebody just to tell you something that they cannot do. They still need you to do it. Because they think in disputing, I said, well, dispute does not remove. Dispute does not resolve. You must resolve negative credit. I mean, it's not disputing, but resolve it. Meaning that if you have not, it's been 10 years and it's still in your credit report, that means it's still reporting. I mean, if it's not, because it's been 10 years, don't mean to go away. If loans they continue to report, it's a valid debt. Until that creditor writes you off and give you a release letter and don't report for 7 years in a row, then they can come after you. But 99.9% of the time, that credit has been sold to another collection company, keeps the debt valid. And so you do better just to call them up, work out a payment plan or work out a settlement plan, to resolve it versus to let it just linger, which you continue to erode your scores and your credit. And so when you talk about, a lot of times, folks, I had to share a story and I stop. A young lady she knew she had extended herself too far with her credit. And she was robbing Peter to pay Paul, and she was barely making it. And she wanted some relief, but she knew that. And someone called up and said, hey, I can help you. Told her, stop paying the creditors, send them the money. She told her, stop paying the creditors, send them the money. And she said she thought about it. She said, well, but she's looking for relief. So they said, well, I'm going to get you out of debt much quicker this way. And before, when she was doing it, paying herself, she still had a 700 credit score. When she stopped paying them, gave them the money, her scores dropped like a because they didn't pay them. They weren't paying the bills because they wait for her to send the money to them. They accumulate the money, and once they accumulate enough money, then they start paying them. But remember, those creditors have a due date, the 15th, the 16th, and 17th. And if you don't pay them for 60 days, that's late payment history. So now her credit score dropped and had all this late payment. I said, well, she said, I knew it was I said, well, really? You could have called each one of those creditors yourself, worked out an arrangement with each one of those creditors yourself directly, and rebuild your bill, and they would reduce your payment or fix. They probably would not let you use the card no more, but it would have never negatively impact your credit score, but you would have got them paid off and not impact your credit scores to the way it did. She said, I said, yeah, because I said, all creditors want to resolve the bill with you. All creditors have a loss mitigation department. You can call them up, let me speak to them, and they'll work out something with you. And that's so simple. But I said, yeah, it's just, you got to do it. I said, stop ignoring them. Pick up the phone, answer them, talk to them, work out an arrangement. They want to help. And therefore, they don't want you not to pay them. They want to work out something with you. It's cheaper for them to work with you versus sending all these letters, then sending you to collection, add more cost for you and them.
Okay. So basically, you give your clients, your potential clients, enough information that they can start the process of improving their credit situation themselves.
Right. I teach this class all day long.
Okay, awesome. Absolutely awesome. Thank you so much, Robert.
That's why I say I'm not a big fan of credit counselors, credit consolidated people. I'll say, I think it's only probably one or two agencies out there really trying to help the client. The rest of them is just give me your money.
Mhm.
They said their fee is $130. They get their $130 first and they work with you that way. So I tell people you can do it yourself. Save your money.
Thank you for sharing that. Much appreciated.
Not a problem.
Are there any other questions or comments for Robert?
Robert, do you ever have anybody that comes to you to try to get a loan that is not represented by an agent?
Every now and then, but most I have, every now and then I do have a couple people, and sometimes when I'm teaching my class at any housing agency, they may not have one because they really just in the beginning stages.
Right.
Okay. So I do have a few of those every now and then, yeah.
If there's anybody that I can help to help you and help them, let me know.
Well,
I'd be happy to help them.
sure, definitely, sir,
Okay.
definitely. Carl, yeah, email me your information, please.
Yeah. What's your email, Robert?
It's Robert.Hailey, Hailey, at oldnational.com.
So Robert.Hailey at oldnational.com.
Yeah, that's correct.
Got it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Next, I will invite Carol Blackmon. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes, I sure am. I am Carol Blackmon. I'm a real estate agent licensed both in Indiana and Florida, but I can help anyone anywhere. Because if I'm not licensed in that state, I will find an excellent agent that is licensed in that state. We are a global company and growing substantially every single year. We offer a lot to our agents. We're very agent-centric focused. But my passion is helping people. It's just who I am, what I'm about. It's not about the money. It's never about the money. It's about helping people find their dream or sell their family home and get them through the transaction with the least amount of stress as possible. I try to take that stress on. I try to make sure that they're aware of every step of the way, what is going to happen, what could happen, what's the best way to go about things. And I'm also a mentor. I'm mentoring my nephew right now. He just came on board with us, and I'm helping him learn how to do that as well. I got to slow him down a little bit. He's a young pup just ready to take off, but I've got to slow him down so where he really learns how to help people and not just go in and say, I need to sell. I know, but you'll get there. It'll be all right. So, but that's who I am. So, and I'm looking for anybody who's looking to buy or sell or possibly make an investment in real estate within the next year, because especially if they're looking to sell, it may take a year to get the house ready because there may be some changes that needs to be made, some minor changes, and just to try to make it perfect to get the best bang for their buck. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Carol.
Mhm.
That's great. Are there any questions or comments for Carol Blackmon?
Carol, if somebody's having, do you happen to know or have any resources for anybody who is having struggles with real estate and a contractor who has
Yeah.
messed up the house and then
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
we
Is it
just
a builder, a new construction builder, or
no, it was
a
a contractor. It was a
Okay.
contractor that rebuilt,
Yes.
redid the roof, the siding, and the deck, installed every bit of it 100% wrong, voided the warranty on everything that he installed, We went to court after 2 years and I got a judgment yesterday against me for $150,000 plus his legal fees, even though we submitted a stack that was 2 inches thick of all the
Oh.
documentation and pictures of everything that they did wrong and proof that they did it wrong, including videos where the roof was still leaking into the house, water active leaking in
Oh,
the
no.
fireplace. And I don't know, so I just wondered if you had any quality recommendations for people that might be able to help us figure out how
I-
to go forward, because we paid
Mhm.
all of our money to the attorney and the attorney did not do the job of getting our expert witness approved for court. And we didn't know that till the day we went to court.
Okay, what's your email address, Deanna?
Deanna, Deanna, at ReZenergize.com.
Okay, I've got Deanna,
ReZenergize.
Deanna at ReZener.
GIZE.com. It's just re-energize and you add a Z right there in the middle.
Okay. ReZenergize.
Mhm.
Okay, got it. Okay, I'll send you an email with some information, not some information, but some questions, because I'm probably going to have to reach out to the board and maybe Baggy, which is the Builders Association, and the Contractors Association, and see what I can't find out
I
for you.
appreciate that. I can also send you, I don't know if this will do you any good, and I don't know if you even know how to read it, but I can also send you the judgment that basically says the judge, he decided that none of the pictures that we took were valid for court.
Okay, just hang
Which
on to
doesn't-
those.
Doesn't
Hang on
make
to
any
those.
sense.
Yeah, hang on to those till I find somebody and we'll see what they want and what they need to try to help you, because it sounds like I may have to reach out to another attorney to try to help on this. But I will, I've got mastermind groups, I've got Indiana Realtors, I've got all kinds of people I can reach out to that has probably been through this and see what they'll tell me. Okay, I'll see what I can do.
I appreciate
Okay.
it very much.
No problem.
Wow.
Thank you.
I am so sorry that you have to deal with this,
Mhm.
Anna. That, we're just talking about how your home is likely, for most people, your biggest investment. And
We-
to go through, such a crisis situation and
Mhm.
We tried to say that
someone,
in the courtroom. I said, look, this is not a job. This is my home.
Yeah.
This is where I live. This is where we put 80% of all of our investments, energy, and money. And all of this, we can prove that it's done wrong. And we can prove
Mhm.
that the manufacturer's requirements for how it's installed were voided on every level. He sent my siding off and had it painted by somebody else, one coat of paint, and put it on my house, and it was already scratching and peeling off.
No way.
Because the
Oh,
LP
wow.
Smart side is painted and
Right.
baked on 5 times
Yes.
so that it's really guaranteed for
It's
25
baked
years.
in.
It's
Right.
baked in, which is why I chose that product. He had it sent off and painted by somebody else and defrauded me, but that wasn't allowed either.
wow.
Well, that voids the warranty on it.
It does. And we had evidence that said we sent the sample off to the company LP Smart Side. They sent an email back to my contractor and said, that is absolutely not painted by us. That is not our product. And they refused to let my contractor submit that evidence,
Wow.
which I don't think that
Okay.
seems fair.
No, it doesn't. Let
So
me reach out and see what I can find out.
I appreciate it. Thank
Okay.
you.
I'll do what I can.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Carol.
My pleasure.
That's why we network. That's
Mhm.
why we talk, because sometimes the things that we face as individuals, as business owners, are bigger than what we can manage all by ourselves. So
Exactly.
yeah. Deanna, are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yeah, my name is Deanna, and our business is ReZenergize Sanctuary. It's a wellness center, and on the north side of Indy in Nora area. And the system that we have and the equipment that we use, we've seen some amazing results for people, all kinds of amazing results. And there's a gal that I guess I thought of a win. I met a lady earlier today who came here who has a place called the Anxiety Center. And I've never been more impressed with somebody. I recommend her highly because I'm going to go there and do some sessions with her alternative health in the Anxiety Center. She's got amazing results, and she's even done her own research. What do you call it? Like a research test, like when people do tests. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So she's already done that and had amazing results from her research. So I was pretty impressed with that. So she came here and she loves the equipment here. She posted something on Instagram today because she thought it was amazing. And we may, if we can work out this other problem and keep the house, then we may be working together and trying to help people bring awareness to all of the effective alternative techniques and therapies that are available to help people recover, restore, repair, and have their bodies regenerate. So I was really impressed with her. She's also a therapist that has started this anxiety center. So she's impressive. And her name is Collenia, Collenia, Collenia. She's lovely. The Anxiety Relief Center. So if you know anybody that is struggling, she has several different systems
Mhm.
that she uses to help really reduce the anxiety quickly.
31. Can you read that phone number? It's
Sure,
blurry
sure.
to me.
Sure. 317
Okay.
537 2890. And her name is Collenia, Collenia, Korapatti. Cora Patty.
Okay.
She's a licensed mental health counselor, and she's in Fishers. And she's impressive, not only with her knowledge, her ability, her compassion, but the fact that she has these new systems that she said, she told her story and she was like, I was walking along in Las Vegas somewhere, and she was stressed out and tired and whatever was happening. And she was like, it wasn't going great. And some guy said, hey, you want to come and try my sound bed? And she's like, no. And she walked a couple more steps down and she was like, something inside of her started screaming inside of her, stop, go back. So
Yeah.
she did. She was like, okay, yeah, okay. And she said she was only there a couple minutes and she was just out like a light. And she noticed the difference for so long. She kept dreaming about it when she came home.
Wow.
So after that, she went and she figured out how to fund one and buy one. And she's got 2 of them now because she said it was profound in the shift that it created.
Interesting. Okay.
So if I can partner with her and do some videos and talk about, new ways to help people and how it feels and the kinds of things that we struggle with and what gets us to that place where we're overwhelmed and our bodies are breaking down, and start having some of this conversation and doing like relaxed videos where we're just talking, and then share that with everybody else. And we can sort of talk about our path and how we got to where we were and what things we really found helped us a lot. So we may have
Nice.
it may turn into a good,
Bishop.
collaboration.
Yeah. Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
And I met
Right.
with another girl last week and she said, she's really lovely. She's really lovely. Her name's Mimi and she works for a plumbing company right now, but she's incredibly intelligent and also a bright light tuned in, having had a difficult past, right? And she said, well, my opinion is you need to revamp this whole thing. I'm like, really? She said, yes, you need to start giving people an entire experience where they have a renovation experience of their own, where you bring in your coaching and the tools that you have and the cards that I use and all of those other things, and give women who are going through a transition of like maybe the divorce recovery experience, right? Where it's not just the EE, it's not just the coaching, it's not just the, you know, nutrition and all of that, but it's meditation and some of the other things that I've done along the way. And she said, you're going to create an entire divorce recovery experience for women and start getting them in here and helping them to turn their life around after having to reimagine their life into something else. And using all the skills that I have for training to help them create that. And then also the EE system will help with some of the brain shift and mental emotional shift. At least it has for me. So she has a new idea that she said she's going to come and talk to me about tomorrow, about how we create different experiences, different packages that people can then stop trying to sell them on the technology that's miraculous and start selling them on a new experience of who they can be with all of it, the equipment, the knowledge I have, the books that I train and teach on. And so we'll see.
Awesome.
And last of all, I'm using a new AI tool
Yes.
that I could not be more impressed with. And it is a customized private AI system that you subscribe to. And this system is not putting your information out there for Google or anybody else to read. It's a one-on-one system, and it learns your product. And then when you type in the journal each day, it learns your voice, the way that you communicate yourself. And then it starts suggesting blogs and things for you to speak on that are completely reflective of your personality. So I've started using that, and it seems to be, it's so impressive enough that one day it wrote something that I was like, oh, that's exactly what I would want to say if I thought of that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it was impressive. It's almost like it gives you a little warm fuzzies and you're like, okay, yeah, that's exactly who I am and what I would want people to know about. You might have, Dawn, you might have saw one of my most recent ones that have a scrolling text with a little woodsy area in the back. It was a little video. And if not, it's
I
okay.
don't think I've seen it yet,
We
but
put
I'm
it
gonna
on,
go look for it.
I put it on Facebook and Instagram, and I think on YouTube as well. And so it was a little video that I made as a result of what it suggested I say, that I was like, okay, well, I absolutely want to say that, but I didn't want to say it necessarily like me speak it out loud so much. So I just made scrolling text and put it on a pretty picture. And the system that I started using, not only will it help inspire you to what things you could say to people today and how you might inspire them to kindness or to love or to caring for themselves, but then it also will generate pictures for you so that you can have a little 2 coffee cup little thing sitting there, but it's very personalized because it's a private AI program. So
Awesome. Awesome.
Nice.
Well, see, there's all kind of bright spots and blessings happening, irregardless, you know, we maintain positivity and we maintain joy. There are problems and issues will occur, but that doesn't have to make us dull our light. There is still goodness surrounding us, and you obviously have goodness surrounding you, Deanna. I'm so happy for that. So I'm looking forward to hearing more. I want to thank you again for your recommendations about the Collaborating Connections Facebook page. I don't know if you had the chance to check out, slowly made some tweaks based on your suggestions, and we'll continue to see how that helps us build as well. But that's what we're doing during Masterminding. We're just trying to help and support and collaborate in a way that everybody wins and that everybody feels the energy and power to continue. It's a struggle sometimes for sure, but we know that it's worth it. We know that it's worth it. So thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any questions or comments for Deanna this evening?
I have a question. How are you or the person you're getting ready to collaborate with, do you ever or have ever worked with postpartum depression women?
I would be willing to bet, I can double check with Kalina, but I haven't had anybody in here lately. But what I can tell you is I have had CPTSD, which is complex post-traumatic stress, for a really long time. And this equipment was one of the most profound things to help me make a big shift this last year. Huge shift.
Okay.
And so mentally, emotionally, I can tell you that the research has shown,
Okay.
I can't make promises, but I can tell you what the research says. The research
Right.
that was done by Dr. Glenn Ryan and some other scientists at the Max Planck Institute in Germany in 1990, they found that after only 30 minutes of exposure to scalar waves, it caused a reduction in the reuptake of serotonin, which basically means it behaved the same as an antidepressant drug, but it doesn't have the side effects. So it started to help the brain shift and rewire and bring some relief. And there are a lot of people we've seen come in who have felt that relief. So I even had a gentleman come in over the summer. I didn't release his video yet, but I should probably put it up. He'd gone through a breakup with somebody he was really, really fond of. And that breakup really was causing him a lot of trouble mentally and emotionally. He came in and he sat for a 2-hour session. He's like, you know what? I knew this is what I needed. And I'm glad I came because it's really helped me feel a little lighter and overcome some of that struggle that I was having with
Right.
that broken heart. So I can tell you that I've seen a lot of people respond positively mentally and emotionally because of how it is shifting the way that the body is handling things. So I would encourage you to, especially somebody who has postpartum depression, because I think I had that pretty badly with my children.
My niece who just had a boy, my nephew, the one I'm mentoring, he said that she's not the same person he married.
Wow.
Here's the other thing I will tell you. The
Mhm.
system's really good for babies.
Okay.
So if
He's
she
a
came in,
very happy baby. I don't know what that, but
if she came in
I
and
guess
had,
she's struggling.
okay, if she came in and sat for a session, there's a couple of things that I can do to help her, and I'm
Okay.
happy to do that. And she
Okay.
could also bring the baby for free.
Okay.
So, and if you're making well, let's just say it like this. If Dawn made a referral to her, she would get a
Okay.
$20 discount, and Dawn would get a $20 discount the next time she came in because she's already been here.
Right.
So
Okay.
you could refer her, but you haven't been in yet. So
Right.
Dawn could recommend her and
Don
send
could
her.
refer it.
Right.
Okay.
And then
That's
we
good.
we would just say,
Yeah.
okay, so Dawn has a referral, and then we would give Dawn a coupon for her next visit, and your nephew's wife would
My
have
nephew, my niece.
your
Yeah.
niece. Okay. Your niece
It
would
is my
have,
niece. She married the guy that I'm mentoring, but
oh,
I
okay.
call him my nephew.
Right. No,
Yeah,
that's totally reasonable.
Yeah. She's struggling hard. In fact, he is to the point where he's talking about in another year or two moving to Augusta, Georgia, where his dad and stepmom are, because they're getting ready to retire, where they could help her with the baby. They live in an area where they've got friends, but no, his mom lives like 15 minutes from him, but she's no help.
Mhm.
Her mother, which is my sister, they live up in Osceola, Indiana. They're 2.5 hours away, and they both still work. It's just not enough, and she's struggling.
Well, if there's anything that I can do to help her, or even if Colina can help
Okay.
her, I will do and I will also tell you,
Mhm.
I know a lady that does energy psychology, and she is incredibly gifted. And I have
Okay.
never had anybody help me move as quickly out of traumatic difficulty with her work, with her energy psychology, because she does this traditional psychology work where she tries
Mhm.
to get to the heart of what things you're holding on to. But
Mhm.
then she does some very impressive energy work to get the energy of that trauma or difficulty out of your body, because we have a
Okay.
tendency to be able to talk about the things that are happening for us, but we don't always get all the energy out of our body. And that's where, for example, they have found some quite a bit of consistency, as just an example. I'm happen to be struggling with it a little bit right now. Anything that has to do with grief sits in the lungs. So when we are looking at people who are struggling with an uptick in their asthma, an uptick in their, or they're getting reoccurring pneumonia, or people who have COPD, people who have lung cancer, those are usually places where when they dive in a little deeper, those people have unresolved grief that is storing itself in the body. That's the energy of the depression or sadness, right? It stays in the physical body until we can get it out of the mind, body, and soul. So that's one of the things that Sherry is her name, and she's incredibly gifted. So if you send your niece here and you just let me know, I'll be happy to give her the card for Sherry. And Sherry can make good work of energetic things that need shifting. And the machine has been shown to do some really great things for the brain and for brain chemistry. So those are things that are alternative that you might want to try, that she might want to try, that will help her get to a different place.
Perfect. Thank you, Deanna. I'm learning a lot tonight.
You're welcome.
That's why we're here. That's why
exactly
we do what we do. And I'm just so happy that we're sharing what we need. You know, we're communicating. You know, sometimes it means exposing our vulnerabilities, but at the same time, in that communication, in this discussion, we're able to receive help, recommendations, information, and resources that are exactly what we need. So that's what our masterminding and manifestation is about. So thank you all so much. I guess it's me that's left.
It's you now.
This evening, I know that both of you have heard me talk about my businesses and the travel and the genealogy and the chocolate blog. But
what's up?
We hear you, Deanna.
Here, I'm gonna.
She's mute now. It's just me and you now.
Okay. Well, I'm going to talk about it in a little bit more detail, because especially while we're in this month of masterminding, it is one of those resources that have been just wonderful for me in helping manage all of my different businesses and staying in touch with, showing appreciation with, sustaining relationships. When we were talking earlier, Carol, about the importance of sustaining relationships for, you know, future business and connections and referrals. Send All Cards has been awesome. So I want to make sure that everybody knows, and those that are even listening to the recording, if you've never used Send Out Cards before, you have an opportunity to send your first card for free. And with that opportunity, you can get on the site, you can mull around and see all that there is in order to pull in pictures, to find the words that you want to put in your card, and get that sent off with the postage included, all for free. Once you experience that, and maybe even get the response from the recipient of the card that, wow, this was absolutely beautiful. I loved the words. I'm going to put this on my refrigerator, my mantle, or, you know, carry it with me because the sentiment meant so much to me. That is the full promptings experience, Send Out Cards experience. From there, you can perhaps take advantage of the 10-card challenge, where for $20, you get to send 10 cards, postage paid, create those cards with pictures and verbiage of your choice. The only caveat is that those 10 cards need to be sent within 20 days of signing up for the 10-card challenge. So again, you can't go to a drugstore, a Walmart, or anywhere, buy 10 cards, get them all sent off with postage for under $20. It's a wonderful opportunity. But the results, not just saving money, the results of making a positive difference, of staying connected, of showing appreciation are just awesome. So I wanted to make sure and share that with everybody. I'll be happy to share my links to send out cards so that individuals can send their first free card and perhaps take advantage of the 10 card challenge. The
Can you
other,
email that to me, Dawn? Can you
yes,
email that to me?
I
Yeah.
certainly can. Yes,
Thank
yes.
you.
No problem. The other that I wanted to share tonight was about TTR Cares. We haven't talked about it very much lately, but another arm of the whole TTR networking experience, which started during the pandemic, was we wanted to do a little bit more than just get together for professional networking in TTR organization. We wanted to get together for some genuine discussions, to learn more about community groups and nonprofits, what their mission is, how we can assist them through time, talent, or treasures, what types of programs they offer to the community. And we're going to ramp that back up in 2024. So I guess I wanted to just share to be on the lookout for information about TTR Cares. Feel free to communicate to me if there are nonprofits and community groups that are particularly close to your hearts and minds that you would like us to invite to share their information with TTR Cares so that we can enable, energize, let our professionals know that as much time and efforts as they put into their business, if they are willing to share some of their money, their skill sets, their time to volunteer with the community organizations so that we can all thrive, that is an emphasis that we are going to certainly encourage in 2024. So wanted to, yes?
I'm sorry. I just wanted to let you know, my mom called from the hospital, so I apologize.
Oh, no problem.
That's why I had to.
No problem.
Okay.
Is she okay?
Not so much. We'll see.
Okay.
She's
Well,
been on
again,
death's door this week, so
we will extend our prayers
Thank-
and positive vibes
thank
to your
you.
mom as well.
Okay.
No problem.
Thanks.
Okay. That's in the nutshell what we had for TTR Networking Collaborating Connections this week. I am so blessed, so happy that you all were here with us again, sharing with us. And as I mentioned, I will post our call and follow-up connecting information. I know Robert has shared his information in the meeting chat, and I want to make sure that everybody has each other's information. There's some contact information for some other professionals that I want to make sure to get out to you as well. So please be on the lookout. We don't have to wait until Tuesday night of every week to talk. So I want to encourage everybody to do those one-on-one connections. Deanna and Carol, it sounds like you two certainly have an opportunity to follow up and share more with each other. So blessings to you both. And let's just continue to keep everyone uplifted and supported. Okay?
Okay.
I want you all to go forward, have a wonderfully productive and yet peaceful rest of the week.
You too, Dawn. You too, Deanna. Bye.
Bye-bye. We'll see you next Tuesday night.
Yes.
Bye.